Free-to-play players rejoice because this edition, this latest update has added something to the game that is amazing for you guys. And the reason is if you look at Scarhide, okay, they just added this fusion. And first of all, let's say it is a permanent fusion. No more limited time events, no more having to panic. This is there permanently. So if you're just now starting the game, it's available to you. If you've been playing a while and you've hoarded all these characters, now you got this character. This is a very generous offering to the community. I don't know if they were trying to do it like as an apology for the previous event, or if they had this planned all along. I'm not sure. I had heard that the upcoming character fusions were going to be epic due to the 1.9 patch notes. I have a feeling they kind of threw this out as extending the olive branch to the community as like a sign of goodwill, would be my guess anyway. Either way, it's an awesome character, and let me explain why this character is so good for you for free to play. Well, first of all, there's no void shards that were going to be required. There's no void characters required in this fusion. All of these are just odor rares that can be acquired decently. But most importantly, if we actually go to the index here and look at him, he's under the Lizardman, and for his aura is like kind of okay. It's a resistance in arena. That's not particularly why he's amazing. I'm going to walk you through his moves, and then I'm going to kind of break down where he's good and why he's extremely good for free-to-play players and newer players in general. So if you attack one enemy 3 times, this is going to give you multiple chances to proc Giant Slayer, as you probably know. Giant Slayer being your mastery that has a chance per hit to, deal X percentage of damage, which makes him very, very, very useful in things like the clan boss or dungeons that have high health, because every time he attacks, you're going to be draining X percentage of damage, which is a large amount against people with high health pools, etc., etc. Okay, so having a triple hit on basic is normally pretty good. Plus, that means if you have a counterattack type of champion, they have counterattack on them, they attack Rosin, he goes back, hits 3 times, procs the Giant Slayer a few times. That works very well as well, so he can be a decent damage dealer in things like the clan boss. Now, moving on to his second move, speaking of the clan boss, this move in particularly will help there. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance, which can be up to 100% chance with the books, of placing a 60% decrease defense debuff and a 25% chance of a weaken debuff for 2 turns. Now, what weaken does is it effectively makes it where you do more damage to the target and they deal less damage. It's a very good debuff to have. It's kind of rarer to get, and the fact that this move is already attached to a decreased defense, which allows your Giant Slayer procs to do more damage. All of the people on your team will do more damage with their Giant Slayer and War Master procs if someone has decreased defense on them. And same deal with weaken. So having both of these in the same move is very good. People like Tyrell are good because they have both attack down and a decreased defense debuff, but he has this as well, and then we're going to get weaken in addition to the team. So that's going to be a great addition for Clan Boss. Now moving on to this move here. This move is going to make him good in some dungeons. Now, attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter by 100%. This is going to be good in arena and in dungeons, because if you go first with this guy, or let's say you have like a Gorgorab, Spirit Host, Lysandra Lead, something depending on what you have, you're going to go quickly. Scarhide is then going to attack with the AoE, decrease everybody's turn meter by 100%, and then your entire team goes. So that's going to be great in arena, but it's also really good in things like Spider's Den, where part of the reason you can beat the dungeon is by doing things like cheesing the turn meter, by having to go up and then hitting him so his turn meter goes back down. And this is going to also help you with Spider's Den because you have the AoE. Well, it attacks all enemies, so it's got a couple things going for it. But the reason this character in particular is so good for free to play is because it hits a variety of things that are extremely important. It hits Clan Boss, which is extremely important for rewards. It hits Arena, which is important for rewards, as well as the Hall bonuses. But it also hits Spider's Den. And the reason Spider's Den in particular is so important is because if you go down to your progress missions, eventually what's going to happen here is you're going to get to a point in the game where you're trying to get Arbiter. Now, in order to get Arbiter, who's one of the best supports, if not like the best support in the game, in order to get her, one of the progress missions is that you need to be able to auto Spider's Den stage 20. I think it's 3 times or something. Now, since Scarhide is good in the Spider's Den. In addition, if you pull like a Code Heart or something by time you get to this portion of the later in the game, if you are free to play, you may not have all of the correct characters for Spider's Den fully completed yet, but Scarhide will be one step towards that. And so for that reason, I believe it's very imperative for free-to-play players to get this character. Now, I'm currently using Tyrell, Steel Skull, Skull Crusher, Juliana, and Code Heart. I'm going to replace Code Heart with Scarhide once I get him fully maxed out, and then once I kind of have the masteries done and he's 6-star with Ascension and, you know, all of that jazz, I'll do a video where he's been fully tested. Since he's a permanent fusion, I'll do a full breakdown guide video. I tend not to do too many guide videos, but I think this character is going to be one that's worth it since he is going to be a permanent, and I believe our first permanent legendary fusion. So I think that is for sure worth a video. I will let you know my personal rating of him once I get him fully maxed out. Right now, I'm probably going to, if I had to guess, I put him at like an 8 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10 for free to play, because I really do think you get a lot of value in this character being the legendary fusion. You can get him in the clan boss, the Spider's Den. You can get him in, I mean, even other dungeons like Fire Knight's Keep, because he's got 3 hit on basic. There's a lot of places that we could really use this character, and I'm excited to get a chance to try them all out. Now, I just want to show you this as an example. If you do not have masteries, you will do significantly less damage. So I know there were some newer players in comments previous asking how to do clan boss damage. Now, I won't go into that, but what I will say is if you are testing out a new character like Foley or something that you just unlocked and you're saying, oh, wow, I'm really not impressed with this character, give them a chance again once you have the masteries maxed out and you have like that War Master or Giant Slayer, because that's where a large portion of your damage is going to be coming from. And as a side point, if you're really worried about these characters in particular, fusing these epics for one legendary, the only really epic out of here that is too great is a Lich, in my opinion. I think Lich is actually kind of usable in some particular scenarios. I've seen some people using Torture Realm too, but the other ones aren't so good that you have to worry about sacrificing them. Maybe they have some minor uses here and there, but this character, the ones you're going to get in exchange for your 4 epics, is going to be a game changer for you. So don't worry about that portion, okay? 3, 2. Now, the one negative part is he kind of wants books. I mean, books are going to be pretty useful on him. If you can get the last 2 on his basic chance, it's up to a 45% chance of removing 1 random buff, which will make him like way, way better in Magic Keep. If you can get that on him, then that dungeon's going to be pretty easy. Now, as far as this one goes, this is the one you're actually going to want the books on the most, unfortunately, and it's all the way at level 6. And if you can get to level 6, then it's a 3-turn cooldown for a 2-turn defense decrease, as well as a weaken, which is a pretty big deal. That means there's only 1 turn of that not actively being on, and even you could even have 100% uptime if you have enough speed on this guy. So in my opinion, that's the one you really want to max out. Now, there is the 3rd one, which also has a cooldown. It's only level 4 there, but I don't think that matters. It goes from 7 to 6. Most things that matter don't last that many rounds, and the things that do last that many rounds, you're probably not going to be using that anyway, like Clan Boss, for example. So you don't really want the books to go here. And if you're really just trying to get this and you're not too worried about Magic Keep, then you have a pretty large gamble trying to get the books onto the right move, and it's the one that needs the most books. So more than likely, you're looking at using a lot of books to fully max out the move that really matters and the one you probably really want. So that might be the one downside to this character. Now, if you're free to play and you're looking at this Ice Golem peak and you're seeing this legendary skill book and you're thinking about going for it, I would recommend you to not worry about this event at all. In my opinion, the rewards are not worth the energy of being spent on Ice Golem. I think unless you're really in-game and farming gear anyway, this event is probably not for you. If you're free to play or newer, most likely you're grinding food for stars or masteries or ascension potions, There's a lot of other things that could be done. I don't think the individual skill book is worth it. I know I, in particular, won't be going for this event. I would much rather finish ascending people. I would much rather finish starring up the people I really want to. And of course, I want the new Scar Hide. So I would probably pass on this event, even though I will say that I am glad to see more legendary skill books being available in multiple ways. And when I see legendary skill books and even epic books, I am excited about that. I think I would have liked to see maybe a sacred shard in addition, or a couple void shards or something, or at least, 2 or 3 ancient shards for the top few people. Then it might have been a little bit more tempting. But as is, I think the payoff of the energy it would cost to the rewards you would get back is most likely not worth it at the moment. If you look at the leaderboard, we have people with 4,630 points already. So if you're even thinking about trying to compete with that, I would say save your time, my friends. All right, so like that video to beat the YouTube algorithm in the submission for me. And let me know if you want more news coverage like this. Subscribe to see it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a great day.